This is Jack from UAS, and I'm going to show you the install video on the UAS Airblaster. The system's designed to provide airflow during stagnant days. It's available with an optional misting system. Misting system fires right here. You turn your power on here when the ignition is on, and then when the fan is on, you can blast mist. So it comes with a water bottle that holds water, one for each side. You mount it over here. This one we zip tied to the frame. You can also use the mounting bracket right here and screw it to this area here. It's all in how you want to install it. So as you can see, it's on right now, and then when you press the button, it shoots mist. Works really well. Okay, so let's do this. Since it's an installation video, we're going to show you how it's supposed to mount. It's basically a fat thumb away from this edge right here. Okay, and it follows the curve. So we have a nice even curve right there. That's how it goes. It does work with a lot of fender pods. Our extended fenders and some others it will not work, but for the most part it works with most speaker fender pods. Obviously it works with factory. It works with all years 15 and up through 21 currently. Okay, so the wiring harness, I'm going to go ahead and go around here. The wiring harness that it comes with is right there. So you notice it has a relay. You'll have a power and ground with a fuse. So on a 2020 and up, the power and ground will go directly to the factory battery or the block right there. So either the factory battery or the block. On 15 through 19, unless you have our jump port that goes here, you will hook the power to the alternator positive here, and then you will find a bolt at the bottom, and you can go ahead and use that as your negative. So that's where you will hook up these two lines that look like this. You'll have two lines that have a positive and negative, okay, like this. One will be shorter, one will be longer. The shorter end goes to the driver's side, and as you can see, what we did is you run it along here, underneath the clamp, and then down on the side, and it comes out here. The longer end goes on the other side. You can feed it across there if you like, and up. Some people feed it across this way, so whichever you prefer. Those go directly into the Airblaster system. It's the Airblaster will have the opposite connection for you to hook into. So basically you'll have the opposite. So on the Airblaster, the positive will be a male end, and the negative will be a female end, whereas on the harness it'll be the opposite. So as you can see, like this. So what you do is you take your Airblaster and you position it right in this spot. Again, fat thumb away is kind of the gauge we use. And there it is, and it sits. Okay, and it's just literally on the back there's some tape. You just peel the double-sided off and then screw it in with the screws provided. Okay, so now one more line on the harness is your ignition source. So this will come standard with our plug-and-play harness. You hook it to the red wire. So it only hooks to the red wire. You'll notice there's other outputs, and that's for the plug-and-play. So if you're trying to do turn signals and lights and stuff. But for this application, we are getting ignition from the parking light, which all years, and the reason we did that, because every single year from 15 all the way up has a parking light with an ignition. This is simply a trigger that triggers the 3040 relay that we provide, which gains power directly from the alternator or battery. So fully tested, works really well. That's your ignition source. So again, your single wire, you hook to the red, which is a plug and play. So it's a T-harness, which goes from there to there. And then you basically run it along here. You can mount your relay. Some people mount their relay right here. Other people put it here. You could screw it to the frame, however you want to do. You could zip tie it here, however you prefer. So once again, ignition source goes to the T-harness on the parking light. Power you get from, on a 2020, you get from the battery, or you get from the alternator and ground. And then you run one line to the driver's side, one line to the passenger side. And that is it. It will only work on ignition, which is really what you want to do. You do not want to run these with the ignition off. One, the fans won't spin as fast. And then also there is quite a big draw. So you don't want to do it with the car off for an extended period of time, actually ever. So really start your vehicle and only do it while running. We have another video on YouTube that talks about the Airblaster a little bit more. Again, this has the optional misting system, and we're showing it for both sides. Whether you order for one side or both, the harness will be the same. So if you ever decide to add a passenger side in the future, you can do so with the harness that we send you. Again, I'm Jack from UAS. If you have any questions, please shoot us a message. We are on Instagram at Underground Auto, Facebook Underground Auto Styling UAS, and then our website is undergroundautostyling.com or Universal Solutions or universalsolutionaudio.com.